We are excited to present this year's tennis ball.
Hello everybody! You should come support the Sportsmen's Gala to help us keep playing tennis and keep this great place online.
Tonight, we're all coming together virtually to celebrate Sportsmen's successes both on and off the courts, while also honoring Stan Smith, Dale Caldwell, and the Wellington Management Foundation. Sportsmen's investment in Boston's youth is our hope for a better tomorrow for our community and, more importantly, for our country. Sportsmen's has been a treasure to the Blue Hill Corridor for over 59 years, and with your support this evening, it will continue to be an anchor for our district for a long time to come. Here's wishing Sportsmen's a wonderful and successful tonight, and to everyone, continued health.
Hello, my name is Peter Parada, President and CEO of USCA New England. We here at USCA New England have an incredible relationship with Sportsmen's Tennis and Enrichment Center, and we always jump at the opportunity to support and promote their impactful work. Sportsmen's is a New England institution and has helped so many underserved youth get off the streets, onto the tennis courts, and into college. Sportsmen's alumni have gone on to achieve amazing things, both in and outside of tennis, and we look forward to seeing what the future holds and encourage you to support this amazing organization.
Hi guys, my name is Ala Kudavtseva. I just want to start off thanking Sportsmen's for giving me an opportunity to be their friend and to participate in this event. You guys are doing an amazing job. It's so incredible that even through the pandemic and all the adversity that we're facing right now, you continue to develop leaders of the future through tennis, and this cannot be easy, and I really admire you in your effort.
Sportsmen's means so much to us as a family because two of our boys have spent their formative years at the club, participating in the Excellence Program, tournament training, and traveling to ATA events with their friends.
We are so grateful for the amazing leadership and mentorship of the Sportsmen's coaches and staff.
Hi everybody, my name is Jay. I'm really excited to talk about Sportsmen's. Why? Well, who doesn't like to talk about kids and kids doing great stuff? And that's exactly what Sportsmen's provides. Provides for the future of these kids, and the future of the world is in these kids. Please, let's make this world even better than it is now. We can make it great. We work together, we get along, we help each other. Let's do that. Let's do it with something that's already there, the Sportsmen's, the great staff, the great people that organize all the events for the kids. Oh, Sportsmen's, an oasis in a world that needs more.
Hi, my name is Alicia Parks. I'm a professional tennis player. I would like to tell the kids at Sportsmen's Tennis, keep up the good work and keep following your dreams.
Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nick Collins, and I'm the state senator for the 1st Suffolk District. That represents Dorchester, Mattapan, Hyde Park, and South Boston. I want to begin by saying thank you to Tony Wiley and to everyone at Sportsman Tennis and Enrichment Center for all of your hard work this year amidst the pandemic that has had a disproportionate impact on the communities that we serve. And though I didn't get a chance to play tennis at Sportsman's as a young man, my wife did, has fond memories, and her mother, the late Parks Commissioner Justine Liff, was honored by this organization 20 years ago for her advocacy and support on behalf of the city of Boston. So it holds a special place in my heart. I did get to see Sportsman Tennis Enrichment Center's prowess on full display as a young man at Boston Latin School. As a member of the baseball team, we traveled with the female tennis program, and got to see the Red Sisters kick butt in the Dual County League at a very young age. They were playing seniors and juniors as a freshman and sophomore players, and it was incredibly impressive, and that stuck in my head, the prowess of this program. So as a state senator for this district, I'm honored to partner with my friend and colleague, Rep. Russell Holmes, to bring to bear state resources and other means to support this great program. But it can't be done without the support of our private sector partners. So I want to thank our sponsors that are here tonight that have supported this program, and ask that you continue to do so that future generations can benefit from this, what I believe is the best youth program in the city and state. And to all of the parents who are enduring this pandemic with your kids, Just want to thank you for your commitment to this program as well, and understand that it's been a very difficult year and that we're going to do everything we can to support our school system and youth development programs such as Sportsmen Tennis and Enrichment Center to ensure that those opportunities are available now and into the future. So thank you for the opportunity to be with you tonight. I hope everyone has a great evening, a great holiday season, and the rest of 2020. And we'll reemerge in 2021 bigger, better, stronger as a community. And a big part of that is the work that Sportsmen Tennis and Enrichment Center is doing. So kudos to you all. Thank you again, and God bless.
About 3 years ago, I started as a volunteer coach at Sportsmen's Volley Against Violence program. And the first thing I saw when I got there were dozens of these beautiful kids, age 4 to 14, piling out of Boston police vans, running into Sportsmen's and hugging police officers. And the officers either had their uniform on from working that day or maybe Boston police sweats. And it was so clear that the kids valued and really appreciated the time that the officers were giving to them to teach them tennis and teach them about values. I thought at that time, and I think so much more now, this country needs more sportsmen's and more volley against violence. And I know now Sportsmen needs us more than ever. So please bid on the auction items, make a contribution if you can, become a volunteer if you're able, and let's help the kids that Sportsmen's helps. Thank you.
Hi everyone, James Blake here, coming to you from Milwaukee. I want to congratulate Sportsmen's on another great year of developing young leaders on the tennis court and in the classroom. I think you all know what a major impact tennis had on my life, and Sportsmen's gives that same opportunity for tons of inner city kids in the Boston area. So if you have the ability, please support them tonight and recognize how important it is in these racially and socially charged climates that we're living in today. Sportsmen's is developing community leaders for the next generation. So please give them all the support you can and have a great night.
I love playing at Sportsmen's and I think Coach Rashawn is a great coach.
We're auctioning off a lesson, private lesson with me at Sportsmen's. So if you want to play some tennis and talk about it, please auction, and I look forward to meeting the winner. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you for your support.
I like the tennis center because it helped me make some new friends, and it also helped me do my homework, and also showed me how to play some new games, and I think the counselors were very nice.
Hi there. Are you here for the gala? It's going to be here this evening, not at Lombardo's. So come on in. I'm going to change my clothes and I'll be right back with you. Come on in.
And now it's time for the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Virtual Sportsmen's Tennis Ball. This is our 12th consecutive annual gala, and this one is a little different. No dancing, no mingling, but also no fighting your way through Route 93 traffic. But you'll see that some things never change. Our kids still tell the sportsman story better than anyone else can, and we have great auction items waiting for your bid. So here's what I would suggest. Before we get started, grab your cell phone. That way you can visit our website to make a donation or bid on your favorite auction item without missing any of the action. Before we get started, I would like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsors. The Brigham and Women's Center for Cardiovascular Disease Prevention, Ray and Joan Green, and the Plymouth Rock Assurance Foundation. Since we have more than 75 new members and lots of new friends, let's watch this brief video that shows how we define and build community. After that, one of our juniors will come and tell his story and help us thank the Wellington Foundation for making it all happen. Let's watch this.
I love to come to Sportsmen because I get to make new friends, I get to try new things, and I get to get better at tennis.
The number one thing that I love about Sportsmen is that it's such a diverse community and it wants to bring everyone together.
Sportsmen helps kids learn, and they're nice to people.
At Sportsmen, I've learned many things about not only tennis, but also different life skills.
It taught me how to behave more in school, and then I got better grades. I like to hit the ball, and I like to hit the ball like this and like this. I know how to play tennis now.
Sportsmen's has been around for so long, and it is a community of people that really cares about the people they serve.
Sportsmen's mission is to build leaders on the court, in the classroom, and in the greater community. And we do that by providing high-quality tennis instruction and physical activity alongside of academic tutoring and social development and life skills.
And this building houses so much. The potential is just bursting at the seams.
School to Sportsmen's is an after-school program. They begin their day with a healthy snack, and then they go upstairs and they work on their homework. They get support from some of our wonderful volunteers, as well as some of our staff members and coaches. Depending on the day, they may rotate into their tennis.
A lot of the students that I know come here deal with trauma on an everyday basis. They deal with community violence. They deal with their own mental health issues.
Collaborating with Children's Services of Roxbury, Sportsmen's, the staff and the students are able to gain new skills on how to incorporate solution-focused thinking.
Let's do this one. Read it just like you did that one.
We work very hard to figure out what's going on with each child.
Excellent.
In terms of their learning, their challenges, even their challenges at home that might be impacting what they're learning in the classroom or how they're able to prepare for the day or finish their homework in the evening. Families know that. They are recommending siblings and cousins and neighbors to come to the program, and that makes all of us feel really good about what we're doing.
We decided that the children that show that they have a passion for the sport, they would stay in that clinic so they could evolve and eventually progress through the program with the other children that come for just the clinics.
To do it with the other side of your mat.
If they can do their homework, if they can focus and listen, they're going to take the tennis world by storm.
Oh, there we go. We are going to start out with a little bit of capture the flag.
DEUCE, which stands for Don't Ever Underestimate Consistent Effort, and Hey Sister, which is High Energy Young Sister. Those are our gender-specific leadership development programs that meet on Saturdays.
We start off with a fitness component for about 45 minutes to an hour.
We can lateral, that means we can go behind.
Then we transition upstairs to do our leadership and life skills workshops. And then we go back downstairs to complete our tennis component. And it's just an awesome time.
What's up, buddy?
Positive.
Positive. Last set is the best set. I love it. Here you go. So you got yourself and you have a leader. Pick a leader you're going to compare yourself to.
It is a safe space to figure out what it means to be a young man or a young woman, how to be in relationships, but also prepare themselves for what is going to come in the future.
She's a hard worker. There we go. Are you a hard worker?
Yes, spinach is going in there. Spinach is always a great base. Okay, with spinach? I think I got everything.
Ready, set, blender.
I'm actually working with girls that look like me, that are from the community like me, that have similar experiences.
Okay, get your cups. Ladies, get your cups. Let's pour these out. Remember we talked about that in the beginning of the year? Mindful of the things that we're eating. We want things that are gonna help us grow. Go ahead, darling.
Maybe if you have paper or a board at home, you should probably put a reminder and say, eat healthy.
Your focus is on your breathing. In through your nose and out through your mouth.
There's a lot of adversities that they face day to day, and I think that we're grounded in setting them up for success, being leaders, working on our mind, body, and spirit, what it means to be healthy inside and out.
Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, that's huge.
Tennis, to me, is one of those sports where it's just you and whoever's on the other side of the net.
That's one. Lillian coming in. Here's your chance.
I like tennis because what's on the line is on you, and you can't depend on anybody else to do it for you, so you have to do it for yourself. And I like the pressure and seeing how I'll react to it.
I've been coming for about 7 years, and I moved up. Now I'm at Yellow Ball. At Sportsmen, the kids as well as the coaches are so nice. They just treat you with respect. Everyone is one big group.
The coaches are really nice. They're encouraging. They teach you tennis and also how to behave.
Like that. We have this great mix of coaches who grew up playing here, coaches who found their way to Boston, found their way to Sportsmen through a variety of means, but they really care about the kids.
Ready? Up, up, up.
I love to play tennis. I'm on 2 teams here. The instruction is really great.
There you go.
There's so much positive energy. We're all here to have a good time. It's just a fabulous place to play tennis.
Let's go. Hey.
Volley Against Violence is a free program that has police officers and volunteers from different colleges come here and they play tennis with the kids.
Go, man, go, man, go, man.
It is an opportunity for children from all over the community to have fun in a safe space on a Friday evening and recognize that police officers are people who have a job. The job is to keep us safe, and that we have a role in that as well.
Give yourselves a round of applause because you are all amazing.
One of our members, who's a cardiologist, saw what we were doing in the classroom and realized that we could have the same kind of an impact on a child's health or a family's health if we had the appropriate space and programming. The Brigham and Women's Center for Community Wellness is both a physical space and a concept at the same time.
Anybody can walk in and use the full-service gym. There's also evening classes that are run by Brigham residents that help to bring health and wellness into the community.
So for this talk, we're talking about cancer. So you get a screening test if you don't have any symptoms of the cancer that you're being screened for. But I encourage you to come with your own questions.
They come in and they speak in everyday language and answer questions which are geared to helping individuals understand the social determinants of health.
It is an individualized discussion and an individualized decision, and so I think it's really important to have this talk with your doctor.
Summer camp is fun. It is controlled chaos. We have kids here for the traditional summer camp, for the summer learning project, and then for the tournament training camp. And we also want to create opportunities for mentorship for older children over the course of those 9 weeks.
We work with families experiencing homelessness in the city of Boston. So something like summer camp means a lot to them and for their kids to be able to attend. It's a big deal to be able to have the quintessential experience of camp, to feel like a normal kid. And I don't think that the impact of that can be understated.
Children need a place to exert energy, have positive social connections, be able to feel safe and connected all at the same time. The children that attend Sportsmen feel safe here.
Sportsmen is an organization that is in the center of the community and is for the community.
Parents really trust Sportsmen's. The prestige and the legacy that Sportsmen's carries with it, it allows parents to kind of relax, know that their kids are in good hands.
Sportsmen's exists because of the philanthropy of the community, of organizations, corporations, foundations. So without our members and our family and friends providing donations throughout the course of the year, we would not be able to do the things that we do.
Opportunity is extremely important to these students. They're not going to get a lot of these experiences in the outside world. We need these programs, we need Sportsmen, and we need you to give.
Good evening. My name is Jose Flores. My first summer at Sportsmen's Tennis Club was one to remember. We had just arrived into the United States a year and a half earlier from Guatemala, and at the age of 5, I was still settling into American society. I remember the moment I walked through that main entrance. I tightened the grip on my mom's hand and hid behind her. But as the days progressed, I soon began gaining confidence and no longer feared being away from my family. I started building friendships with other campers and staff that I still have to this day, and by the end of the summer, other people had also noticed my personal growth, and I was awarded the Camp Spirit Award. I extended my relationship with Sportsmen beyond that summer by participating in programs such as Deuce and taking private tennis lessons during the school year. I decided to return to camp for the next few summers, as Sportsmen quickly became my second home. I started to compete in the Mayor's Cup tournaments to test my skills against other players, and after a couple of years, I eventually received second place in my age group and first the following 2 years. Sportsmen has greatly affected me both on and off the tennis court. The advice and life lessons provided to me by coaches and staff have helped to shape me to be the person that I am today. One area of my life that was greatly affected during my time here was public speaking. In 2014, I was chosen to speak at that year's gala event, and the experience of walking on stage and addressing hundreds of people helped me overcome my fears and gain great self-confidence. That self-confidence helped me make the decision to return to Sportsmen last summer as a junior counselor. It was an amazing experience. I saw old friends and made new ones. I was also able to witness firsthand the amount of responsibility and care counselors have to display on a daily basis. I enjoy taking on that role and trying to give the campers the same experience I had when I was their age. And although this summer has been different, I still enjoy being an instructor to younger kids. It's been an honor to be part of the Sportsmen's community, and my time here is something I will always cherish. Thank you. And now, I have the honor and privilege of presenting the Community Builder Award to an organization that also understands how important it is to allow kids like me to grow, flourish, and develop into confident young adults. Since the Wellington Management Foundation was founded in 1992, they have supported programs and organizations that improve educational opportunities for youth from traditionally underserved and economically challenged communities. Teams of Wellington volunteers visit the organizations they support and give their time and talent. For Sportsmen, this has meant over 7 years of financial support to date, totaling over $250,000. Volunteers from the Wellington Management Foundation have visited Sportsmen on Friday afternoons, helped out in the classroom, and then joined the police officers, coaches, volunteers, and kids On the court, I volley against violence. In addition to providing support for us, Wellington even provided emergency funds for us to allow us to continue supporting kids and their families during the COVID crisis. Please join me in saying thank you to Wellington Management Foundation, the 2020 Community Builder honoree. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jose, for those wonderful words. And on behalf of the Wellington Management Foundation, thank you so much to Sportsmen for naming us the 2020 Community Builder Award. We are so grateful for the recognition, but even more grateful for the meaningful impact that you have through after-school programming with young people across our city. Thank you again.
I'd like to reiterate our thanks for receiving the award. There's such a strong sense of community and service at Wellington, and we are energized to continue to partner and help you achieve your goals over the coming years, helping the community and helping build future leaders. Thank you very much.
As you can see, we want our kids to strive for excellence in the classroom, in their community, and on the courts. And we want them to dream big. You may remember when Boston had dreams of hosting the Olympics in 2024. We remember it clearly because the world's best players would have been right here on our courts. But not for the first time. Arthur Ashe and Althea Gibson are among the tennis royalty that helped make Sportsmen a reality. Let's take a look back at how excited one of our young players became as he thought about taking his game to the world stage. And then another of our juniors will share his story about the path that took him from the streets of Mattapan to the campus of the Ithaca College. After that, he will present the Tennis Trailblazer Award to the great Stan Smith. So let's watch this, but before we do, don't forget, take your phone, visit our website, make a donation, or bid on an auction item so we can keep making dreams come true. Thank you.
Get behind it and still hit up on it.
Tennis is my main thing. My name is Eric and I am 9 years old.
Most of these kids play tournaments. These kids have objectives to play in college. Eric is very strategic. He can be very smart on the court. He often thinks in multiple shots as opposed to just thinking about hitting the ball.
I'm the youngest person in tournament training, so I play a lot of people that are older than me, but I feel like I am equal to them.
We set the kids up in certain pressure situations.
Tennis can be really exhausting because you need to run to get to the ball. Sometimes I feel like I just need to take a break, but a lot of times I like the busyness. I take a liking to comic books. I enjoy superheroes. I wish of moving things without touching them.
We want him to be a happy boy who follows his dream. To find a club that fosters hard work, community. I grew up in Senegal. I'm Muslim, my wife is Jewish. We have a wide range of activities. He and his sister know that it's hard to be good at something without putting the time and the effort.
I would love to see one of our students playing the biggest sport event in the world.
The Olympics would be really exciting. I need to practice a lot more.
Good evening, parents, staff, coaches, and other members of the Sportsmen's family. My name is Wyman Ward. I'm from Boston, and I've been a part of Sportsmen's for as long as I can remember. I go to Ithaca College, where I'm a sophomore, and I'm majoring in sports management and sports marketing. I'm also on the tennis team. Tennis and Sportsmen's have given me so much over the years. They've been paving a path for me that I couldn't even comprehend since I was young. And that started in 2014 when I spoke for the gala. After the gala, a member of the Sportsmen's community came up to me and thought that I would be a good fit for Beacon Academy. And that is a one-year gap program between 8th and 9th grade to help prepare you for more of an academic environment. And after Beacon Academy, I went to Gould Academy, where I worked really hard and tried to strive for greatness, and that led me to multiple MVPs and all conference awards on the tennis team, and that's how I earned a spot on the Ithaca College tennis team. Given where I am from, and a man of color, I've always had the odds stacked against me. Sportsmen's and the game of tennis helped me to persevere and helped me strive to become the man that I want to be. A man who never gives up on himself no matter what, and a man who can give back to his community one day. Tonight I'm here because I get to present the 2020 Sportsmen's Tennis Trailblazer Award to someone who truly embodies perseverance. Stan Smith was a tennis player, and one of the greats, I might add. With 4 Grand Slam titles, 3 NCAA championships, and over 1,000 ATP career wins, Mr. Stan Smith has many great accomplishments. He even has his own famous shoe, the Stan Smiths. He is even described as having the complete and perfect tennis game. But what I was truly amazed by was his mental game and his mental toughness. It's been described as incredible, and I can see why. He's won 85% of his tiebreakers in the year of 1972. He was always known for smiling on the court and never letting his opponent dictate how the match went. Pushing through is one of the reasons I love the game of tennis. A huge part of success in tennis comes from your ability to believe in yourself against all odds. You are your biggest obstacle and you are your biggest ally. Stan Smith took advantage of that fact and elevated himself with not just his incredible abilities on the court, but also the strength of perseverance. Sounds like the perfect player to me. And now, please join me as I present the Sportsmen's Tennis Trailblazer Award to Stan Smith.
Thank you, Wyman, for their very nice introduction. And thank you to the Sportsmen's Tennis Trailblazer Award. It's very special to be able to receive this award. And I've been very happy to see what the Sportsmen's Tennis and Enrichment Center has been doing there in the Boston area for over 60 years. I'm particularly happy to see the emphasis on wellness and health, as well as tennis and academics. I know that if Arthur Ashe were here, he and Bud Collins and I visited the Sportsmen's Club way back in the 70s, and they'd be very proud to see what's taken place there for the kids in the area. Thanks again for the award.
I hope you're enjoying your evening thus far and that you haven't forgotten that our main reason for being here is to raise crucial funds for our youth programs. Sportsmen serves thousands of kids every year, so we need you on your phone, on our website, and bidding on auction items. More than 2,000 children and dozens of police officers have improved their understanding of one another through our Volley Against Violence program, supported by the Tufts Medical Center Dorchester Health Initiative and the Boston Police themselves. We've provided hundreds of thousands of hours of physical activity to students during the school day, supported by the Boston Foundation. And every summer, hundreds of children enjoy a traditional summer camp, a high-performance tennis camp, or an alternative summer school program as we partner with the Boston Public Schools, Boston After School and Beyond, USTA New England, the USTA Foundation, all of you, and so many more. Thank you all for being here this evening, for your donations and your auction bids. 60 years ago, Jim Smith said it best: adults pay so kids can play. Just like Stan Smith, our next presenter and honoree both have a long history with Sportsmen's. Please join board co-chair Marilyn Chase as she presents the Distinguished Alumni Award to Dale Caldwell. Immediately following Dale's remarks, Marilyn's co-chair, Dr. Paul Ridker, will join us to share some exciting news about Sportsmen's future that you won't want to miss. Marilyn, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. I'm Marilyn Anderson Chase. I'm the co-chair of the Board of Directors of Sportsmen's Tennis and Enrichment Center. It's my pleasure to be with you this evening. I started playing tennis at Sportsmen's over 40 years ago and had the privilege of knowing Jim and Gloria Smith. It's my honor this evening to present the Distinguished Alumni Award to someone who also had the pleasure of learning the game of tennis under Jim and Gloria. Dale Caldwell was born in Boston. His father, the Reverend Gil Caldwell, pastor of the historic Union United Methodist Church, marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in both the March on Washington in 1963 and the March from Selma to Montgomery in 1965, which led to the passage of the Civil Rights Act. Dale developed a love for tennis early in life. He began playing tennis at Sportsmen's in 1966. He ultimately held national ranking in the American Tennis Association and the U.S. Tennis Association, and he played on the Princeton University tennis team. He later became president of the USTA Eastern Section, the first Black person to have been a USTA section president, and served as USTA board member. But Dale has never forgotten the civil rights lessons he learned from his father. He has used his position within the USTA to shine a light on the challenges and the achievements of African American professional tennis players. One of his crowning achievements was the creation of the Breaking the Barriers exhibit, which is a permanent installation in the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Please join me as I congratulate Dale Caldwell, recipient of the 2020 Sportsmen's Tennis Distinguished Alumni Award.
Thank you, Marilyn, for this beautiful trophy and those wonderful words. Thank you so very much. It's truly an honor to be here today. It's particularly special because my dad, Reverend Dr. Gilbert Caldwell, just passed away a few weeks ago. And my dad was the one who knew Jimmy Smith and Gloria, just wonderful people, and enrolled me in the Sportsmen's Tennis Club because he grew up in Galveston, Texas, and remembers looking through the fence, seeing white-only tennis players. And he vowed that his firstborn son would play tennis and be able to play tennis wherever and whenever he wanted to. So he got me into tennis. We used to play over at Franklin Field where you had to bring your own nets. And I remember those, and it's particularly important because my dad just passed away. But being at Sportsmen's it wasn't just tennis. Jim and Gloria Smith, who we got to know, were just such warm people. I remember their calm voices and how Jimmy had a fire within him, but was really always very, very comforting. And working and playing tennis with a lot of the people of my own age was just fascinating. And those lessons, now we were only here till 1969 when we moved to New York, but Sportsmen's was really the foundation of what I've done in tennis and really life. And so I had an opportunity to play. I got ranked in the New England Tennis Association. I was number 5 in Connecticut. I ended up getting an ATA national ranking and being on the USTA board and some of those things. But the foundation of tennis really helping us develop not only mentally, not only physically, but emotionally. Tennis plays a critical role, especially with folks like me from the urban community. Since playing tennis, I've been very active in education. I actually won the New Jersey School Board Member of the Year Award in urban education, and I coined a term called urban traumatic stress disorder. And I say that because many of us that grew up in urban communities had to deal with trauma and have had things that seem like post-traumatic stress disorder, but it really is continuous. And so tennis played a critical role in helping me deal with some of the challenges of growing up in an urban area, and Sportsmen's to this day continues to do that. That young people who are dealing with life in urban communities not only get great tennis, where they learn how to manage their emotions, they learn how to deal with problems, they learn how to be self-sufficient, but they're learning education here. And under Tony Wiley's incredible direction here, Sportsmen's has continued to expand. The kind of spiritual, mental, and physical development that young people get at Sportsmen's is so important for people today. I just wish the politicians understood how important investing in places like Sportsmen's Tennis and Enrichment Center is, not only to really help young people, but to really build leaders, to really grow leaders. There are so many outstanding people who've grown out of this program. Outstanding not just in tennis, but in life. And to be one of those and to win the 2020 award is so very, very special to me. So I want to thank the board of directors. I want to thank Tony. I want to thank the whole Sportsmen's Tennis and Enrichment family for this tremendous honor. And thank you very much. Wait, I forgot the most important part. I'm so excited about winning the award, I didn't talk about the Breaking the Barriers exhibit. And I think it's important just to say a little bit about the history. A person of color is in a position of influence. It's critical that they use that influence for some good. And so I called up the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Actually, I wrote a letter as well and said, you know, baseball has done wonderful things with the Negro Leagues. Tennis needs to do something with the American Tennis Association, founded in 1916 as a place where black players could play tournaments. And they weren't allowed to play in the US NLTA tournaments. And so in doing that, they said, what a great idea. And so I became the curator and worked with the museum director, Gary Kogar, of developing an exhibit called Breaking the Barriers, which was the first 100 years from 1916 of blacks in tennis. Well, that exhibit was shown in the 2007 US Open. 35,000 people saw it. It's been the most successful touring exhibit in the International Tennis Hall of Fame history. One of the wonderful things about Sportsmen's is, and Tony and the board, is their commitment to understanding the historical importance of tennis to not only the black community, but to America. And so I had an opportunity to work with Tony and the board to identify an updated version of the Breaking the Barriers exhibit that is going to be on display right here in Sportsmen's Tennis Club. It is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be an exhibit that you'll want to come, whether you're playing tennis here or not, to see. Because this history is so important, and it is American history. And so it's just an honor to be part of this tremendous celebration. And I hope all of you watching this will come to Sportsmen's Tennis Club in Boston, Massachusetts, and see this exhibit.
Good evening. My name is Paul Ridker, and I have the privilege of serving as the co-chair of the Board of Directors of Sportsmen's Tennis Enrichment Center here in Dorchester. On behalf of the entire board and the membership of Sportsmen's, and frankly all the families who benefit from this extraordinary organization, I want to give a huge thanks to Dale for his vision and his willingness to place the Breaking the Barriers exhibit with us here at Sportsmen's. We're filming today from our Brigham and Women's Hospital Center for Community Wellness. I can just see all that exhibit around our facility. It's going to be wonderful. Dale, thank you so very, very much. Sportsmen's has always been more than a tennis club. With the difficulties we're all facing due to the coronavirus, we've been reminded this year of the many challenges facing our inner city youth. Having a healthy and vibrant Sportsmen's in the heart of Dorchester is thus more important than ever. That's why we've launched a $7 million campaign to reinvigorate the entire facility here at Sportsmen's in Dorchester. It's a great challenge, and I know we can meet it together. With a new building encompassing 4 of our current outdoor courts, Sportsmen's will boast 11 indoor courts year-round, bringing even more tennis and healthy physical activity to our kids and our adult tennis members. With our new building, we're going to double our classroom capacity, have more courts, build an indoor kitchen. We may even have an outdoor stadium, maybe even a pro shop. It's going to be a great, great new change here at Sportsmen's. Now remember, we're not yet in the public phase of this campaign, but please reach out to Tony Wiley. We'd love to have you join us as we move forward. Another important feature of our expansion here at Sportsmen's is the Bud Collins Tennis Welcome Center. As you heard from my childhood hero, Stan Smith, Bud Collins believed in Sportsmen's before we even put a single shovel in the ground. He was instrumental in garnering the support needed to make Jim Smith's dreams a reality, and we look forward to creating a space that recognizes his belief that Boston and the sport of tennis would be better and stronger because Sportsmen's exists. In addition to sharing some of Bud's rather colorful, rather crazy pants in the new space, the Bud Collins Tennis Welcome Center will also feature our new Breaking the Barriers exhibit that Dale has been so wonderful to provide to us. I really believe that Bud and Jim would be incredibly happy to see the growth of Sportsmen's and what's happened here over the last 10 years. It's been quite remarkable, and I really look forward to featuring tennis here, black tennis in America, and right here in the city of Boston. And what do our kids think of Bud Collins and the new Tennis Welcome Center? Let's do a quick flashback to this gala a few years ago, see what it was like then, how they've grown up now, before we pass the evening back to Tony Wiley, our fabulous executive director.
The Learning Center is pleased to pay tribute to Bud Collins, whose heart was more visible in everything he did than even his colorful clothing. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being me.
Bud Collins had a vision for tennis that we are still trying to achieve today. When the Arthur Ashe Stadium was built for the U.S. Open, Bud's response was, "They're building this new stadium for 23,000 people, which is too big for tennis. They've got their $90,000 boxes, which they can sell to people who don't care about money. But will there be room for kids? Will there be bleachers? You can't build tennis for fat cats. You have to interest new people. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being a scholar."
Bud could also find similarities that others overlooked. He once said, strangely, although they may seem worlds apart, boxing and tennis have a certain kinship. Two individuals, head to head, probing for weaknesses and attacking it. Footwork, timing, and stamina are essential. Just you and your opponent until one of you is beaten. There is no brain damage in tennis, although sometimes I wonder. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being a visionary.
Bud Collins almost found a way to blend tennis with basketball. After watching the women volley in an English tennis tournament, he said, "I think women's tennis is ready for a 24-second clock. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being the best I can possibly be."
Perhaps you're wondering why we're all dressed like this. The story we heard is this. In 1966, Charlie Davidson, owner of the Andover shop, looked at Bud Collins in his traditional blue blazer and light trousers and said, "You look like a yachtsman." We've got to do something about that. Let's do something interesting. Tell you what, I'll make you a pair of pants. If you don't like them, you don't have to pay me. The rest is colorful history. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being an agent of change.
Bud Collins was a poet, and I bet you didn't know it. In 1981, John McEnroe beat Bjorn Borg in the Wimbledon final, played on the 4th of July. In a fit of patriotic glee, Collins called the American champion a Yankee Doodle dandy. "Stick a feather in his cap," Bud proclaimed, "and call him Mac-and-Roney." I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being an advocate.
Bud Collins lived for diversity and inclusion. He once said, "I think, of course, I have admired and liked Billie Jean King. She was a pioneer, not just for women's tennis, but for tennis in general." He said, "I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being a positive risk taker."
Bud Collins is here with us tonight, and he's looking over our shoulder during every forehand, every math quiz, and every life skill we learn. I believe I see Jim Smith, Sportsmen's founder, sitting right beside him. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being generous.
Bud Collins wrote about Jim Smith. He said Mr. Smith had this vision of a certain kind of playing field, while before the Field of Dreams film became cliché. His imagined field would be a series of paved rectangles, and some of them would have a roof. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being a leader.
Bud Collins wrote about Sportsmen's. He said, "It is called the Sportsmen's Club on Blue Hill Avenue. Outdoor and indoor courts in Dorchester, where yesterday kids were banging balls at each other instead of hanging out on street corners. The setting, the warehouse architecture, isn't in the same league with Madison Square Garden, but the game in Dorchester or Manhattan is a vehicle to take a kid a long way. I will live my life to honor Bud Collins by being respectfully outspoken." Bud Collins lives in all of us.
We are almost at the end of this fabulous evening. And whether you're a new or long-standing member, I hope you've learned something new about Sportsmen's this evening. But we're not finished yet. You still have time to give. You still have time to show our kids and their families that you really care about investing in their future. So please take a moment to go to the website, where you'll not only find lots of ways to give, but you'll see examples of exactly how we will put your donation to work to better our students. So as we prepare to hear from the Sportsmen's kids, I invite you to become a part of the beloved community that we call Sportsmen's. Thank you, and please enjoy this last salute from our children.
As we look at the challenges that have been highlighted this year, the Learning Center would like to remind you of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s concept of a beloved community. Dr. King recognized beloved community as a society based on justice, equal opportunity, and love of one's fellow human beings. The beloved community is a society with no discrimination. It is a place where everyone is embraced and where all people can share in the wealth of the earth. Poverty, hunger, and homelessness will not be tolerated. Dr. King left us with guiding principles of a beloved community, and we would like to share just a few of them with you this evening.
Beloved community offers radical hospitality to everyone. It is an inclusive family, not an exclusive club. It exhibits personal authenticity, true respect, and validation of others.
Beloved community recognizes and affirms differences. It doesn't try to eradicate them. It builds increasing levels of trust and works to avoid fear of difference and others.
Beloved community listens emotionally with the heart, and it fosters empathy and compassion for others. And it tolerates ambiguity. It realizes that sometimes a clear-cut answer is not readily available.
Beloved community acknowledges limitations, lack of knowledge, or understanding, and seeks to learn. It acknowledges conflict or pain in order to work on difficult issues.
Beloved community speaks truth and love, always considering ways to be compassionate with one another. It focuses energy on removing evil forces like unjust systems, not on destroying persons.
Beloved community avoids physical aggression and verbal abuse. It resolves conflicts peacefully, without violence, recognizing that peacefully doesn't always mean comfortably for everybody.
Beloved community shows an unyielding persistence and unwavering commitment to justice. It achieves friendship and understanding through negotiation, compromise, or consensus.
Beloved community righteously opposes and takes direct action against poverty, hunger, and homelessness. It blends faith and action to generate a commitment to defeating injustice.
Beloved community encourages and embraces artistic expressions of faith from diverse perspectives. It promotes human rights and works to create a non-racist society.
Beloved community shares power and acknowledges the inescapable network of mutuality among the human family. That's what we strive for at Sportsmen's, and we're so glad that you're part of our family.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for your support. Thank you. We love Sportsmen.
Sportsmen rock! Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there a future Stan Smith out there? I think so.